welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Gigi with Gigi Loves Beauty too, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my setting powders that I have in my collection for 2022. So without further ado, let's get started with this video, y'all. Okay, here we are again. Here are all of my setting powders in the 3 containers. The 2 containers in the front are the ones that are open. These ones are the ones I have for under the eye. These are the ones I have for the face. And then that container back there has unopened setting powders and backups. So once again, go ahead, pause this video, see if you can guess how many setting powders I have in total. All right, guys, you ready for the number? So you are looking at 64 setting powders. Okay, once again, don't judge me. All right, this is, I don't know, I've just been really getting into the complexion products, and I love having backups of products that I love. So without further ado, let's jump right into this collection. First, we're gonna start with the setting powders that I use for underneath my eyes, which is right here, and these are all again open. So I'll start with the pressed powders first because I only have a few of those. This one, I know the writing is gone, the sticker is on it, and don't mind my nails, my thumbnail fell off, so I have to redo my nails. But this actually is from e.l.f., if you can see that. This is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. This is in light medium. I had a sticker on it because it was previously part of a project pan. I have a little bit of a dent in there. This is really good though. It's, you know, e.l.f. makes some of my favorite complexion products, like they just do, and they're super cheap. You can find these at Dollar Tree now, but I purchased mine, I think from Walmart for like $3. This one I just got. I'm going to be opening this. This is why I already have it open. This is the Revlon Photoready Candid Anti-Pollution Setting Powder in 01 Translucent. Well, I'm not going to open it because we'll be here all day. I have so many powders to get through, but here you can see through the container, that's the color of this powder. So I got that so that I could use it with my Revlon foundation that I have, I really love. I said I was going to do my pressed ones. So here's the other 2 pressed powders that I have. This one right here, I love for under my eye. This is from Morphe. This is the Lavish Pressed Finishing Powder in 400 medium. Now I know this says this is a finishing powder, but this is so beautiful underneath my eyes. It sets my concealer wonderfully. It's affordable. I love this company. And this is a new addition to my collection. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Mattifying Powder in light medium. Again, these are for under my eyes. Here, let's open this up. I have not used this yet. I will probably be pulling this into my next Shop My Stash, so I can't wait to try that one. Next, we have the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent Light. I had this in my last Shop My Stash. I love this powder, and I have made good work of that. Next, we have here a Boxy Charm powder. This is the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. It had a little puff in there, but I kind of got rid of the puff, so that's what that powder looks like. It's more yellow. This is a mattifying powder, but it's not too mattifying. So my preference for powders underneath my eye, I wanted to set my concealer so that my concealer doesn't crease, but I do not want my under eye to look dry. So this actually does that really well. Next, we have the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. This one is the original. This is just a clear translucent, and you saw how much I used. I do really like that. I picked this up during Ulta's, one of Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale. One of my favorite setting powders that I have, the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Of course, in translucent, as this is the mini. The mini is all I really need for underneath my eye. I do have a full size of the translucent medium deep, I believe, which I'll show you when I get to that category. But I absolutely love this powder for under my eyes. Another one of my favorites, I think this is probably my top favorite holy grail powder for under my eyes, the Sephora Translucent Setting Powder. I mean, y'all already know. I've talked you guys' ear off about this. I've used this so many times in lives and Get Ready With Me's. I love this stuff. So good. Next, we have the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Setting Powder in the shade Sahara. I'll just open this so you can see. This is more of a banana shade. So not 100% my preference, but this was like the lightest shade that this is the shade that I thought would be the best one to use under my eyes, and I do really like it, but I have to use a light hand with this because this is kind of full coverage. Next we have the Ciate London Extraordinary Translucent Powder. This is a really nice powder. Again, you can see through the container, it's just a white translucent powder. Does not leave any flashback, not cakey at all. Really, really like that. This one is from Maybelline. I know all the writing has written off, but this is the Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in medium. Once again, had a sticker because it was part of my project pan. There's that. I do really like this. I have several, I have several backups of that one. This is my Milani Translucent Banana Powder. This is the Make It Last banana powder. This is the only banana powder that I own. Besides the Juvia's Place one, which I think these shades are really similar. This one's more of a banana powder too, but I really like this. I really, really like this. I'm not typically a person that likes banana powders under my eyes, but I really, really, really like this one. This one right here is from Mora, another setting powder. This one is their loose setting powder in translucent. This is absolutely beautiful underneath my eyes, super finely milled, so you have to be careful with it, otherwise it will go everywhere. But this is gorgeous on my eye. And then the last one that I have in here that I just opened and I'm going to be trying in my next shop, my stash, is the Tarte. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Setting Powder in translucent. Like I said, I just opened it. It comes with a really cute little puff. I haven't opened it yet. I don't want to take this off until I'm actually ready to use it. And I am going to try it with the puff. I normally either use a sponge or one of my brushes that I have, but I'm going to try the puff with that. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a try in the next shop, my stash. So that's for under eye. Let's move on to the ones I have for the face. Now we are going to get into the setting powders that I use to set my face. And these all right here are all pressed powders. I seem to prefer pressed powders and pressed foundation powders to set my face, but I do have some really good loose ones too that I love. So let's go through those. Here is the corresponding powder for the face. This is the Milani Make It Last Translucent Medium Deep Shade. This is really, really beautiful on my skin. Has worked with almost every foundation I've tried it with. Really, really love that. Here also is the corresponding Revlon Photoready Candid powder. This is an 03 translucent. I don't think I've opened this yet. Yes, it opens like this, which is not my preferred packaging. I find like this gets everywhere, but I'm really excited to try that. I really like this shade. This shade reminds me of the Maybelline, one of my Holy Grail Maybelline powders. So that's how I know that's gonna be a really good match for me. This one, the jury is still out on. This is a Morphe Bake and Set setting powder in translucent rich. I'm not 100% sure that I like this. I tried it with the Morphe foundation that I had, but I decluttered it. So I have yet to, this powder looks a little deep for me to use right now. And I don't know if you can tell, it's really, really golden and yellow. So I think this will work better for me in the summertime. So this is the matching Tarte Translucent Shape Tape Powder in Translucent Tan Deep. I got both of those powders from IPSY, by the way. I just got a messy all over the place, but this is a really beautiful powder. Really, really beautiful powder, and I really like this. So I've tried this. I haven't tried the other one for under the eye, so I'm going to pull those and try those together. And here is the full size of the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep Powder. Oh, this powder right here is bae. I love this thing. It is so gorgeous on the skin. Works with almost every foundation I've tried it with. This is beautiful. Let's go through all the loose ones and then I'll go through the pressed. So this is the Dermablend, another Dermablend powder, but this one is in cool beige. I know it looks kind of light, but I really like to use this to set my face with in the summertime, especially if I have a foundation that is a bit deeper that I want to lighten up. This works really well for that. Here's the matching Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder in Gobi. This is the one I use for my face. It looks like that. Once again, super yellow. I don't know what it is with Juvia's Place and these yellow behind powders, but it is very, very mattifying. So again, light hand, a little bit goes a long way. This right here, move those over. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in medium deep, which I have made pretty decent work of this. I was using this under the eye, but I actually find that this is too deep for underneath my eye. So I started using it on my face. And again, I like to use this with foundations that are just a little bit deeper because it does help to lighten them up. This powder will give you some coverage. It can be hit or miss. Some people really love it. Some people really don't love it. I happen to love this. And as you will see, I have several backups of this powder because I love it. I've emptied a full container of this setting powder in the deep shade. That should tell you how much I love it. And last but not least, for the loose setting powders is none other than the Fenty Pro Filter Powder in Honey. So I'm just gonna let you look at it through here. I'm not gonna open this up because this container, once again, it is really hella messy. Okay, let's put those to the side. Now let's go through the loose powders. Pressed powders, sorry. This one is from LA Colors. This is from Dollar Tree. It is just their setting powder in tan. This is a nice powder, y'all. I actually really like that. And again, a $1. Here is the e.l.f. Prime and Set setting powder. This is a medium dark. I believe my girl Jessica from Behind the Vanity uses this as a bronzer. And I do have a deeper shade in this same type of powder that I also use as a bronzer. I think it's like the dark deep one or the deep one, but the medium dark one is good for my face. I have here the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in caramel. Recent purchase, haven't tried it yet, excited to. And then another one of the Mora finishing powders in medium tan. Once again, a gorgeous, gorgeous formula. I know it's a finishing powder, but I do not mind using finishing powders to set my face. This is a powder foundation. This used to be all I used on my face. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup in Golden Dark. I used to use this like crazy. Before I got into liquid foundation, this is the only thing I use on my face. So I really love this. But now I just use it to, I can still use it, you know, as a powder foundation, but now I just like to use it to set the Pure Love Your Selfie foundation. Oh my God, this and that work really nice together. Here is another pressed powder from LA Colors, also in tan, but this shade is a little different. So let's compare the two. As you can see, this shade is a hair lighter and more neutral. This one is really warm. So again, $1 each. This is one of my favorite powders of all time. The Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in 56 Deep Mahogany. I think they have repackaged and rebranded this because when I looked on Sephora, they don't have it under this name anymore, but I love this powder. This powder is gorgeous. Does give you some coverage, but I just love to use it to set my face. Another one of my favorites, the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This is in 025 Toffee. So this is gorgeous, beautiful setting powder. I have, I keep the 021 shade nude in my purse, and I use that to spot blot throughout the day. I love this powder. It's super inexpensive. And we have here the Fenty Pro Filter Powder Foundation. This is in 360. I do want to try 370, but I bought this to use with the Fenty Skin Tint, and I do really like it. It works really well with the Skin Tint. But I want to try 370 because I think 370 will be a little bit of a better match. We have here the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep. I picked this up during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale. Again, this powder is a little bit on the deeper side, so I like to use this in the summer, but it is beautiful. And the last two I have are powder foundations from Bare Minerals. This is the Bare Pro Performance Wear Powder Foundation. I have two shades. This one is Teak 22. This one is Nutmeg 24. So Teak 22 is kind of like my winter foundation shade. It's a little more pink and neutral. And then Nutmeg is like my summer one that I use that is a little bit warmer. All right, so that's it for these. Now let me show you the ones that I have that are unopened and my backups. What is up, you guys? This is Editing Gigi here, and I just realized I forgot to show you guys the powders that were in my stash. So let me just show you those really quickly. I have here the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. And this is in translucent. Now I'm filming with one hand, so I can't open it up and show you, but there's the color right there. I had the Wet n Wild powders in there, but I'm actually going to declutter those because they're just too matte for me. And I'll talk about those in my empties video, but that's that. Then I've got the matching one, and this is in the shade Cacao, which is brown. That's for my face. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. This one is in light medium. That's the one I use for under my eyes. And then this is that same powder, and this is in medium dark. I use that to set the face. These powders right here are so beautiful on the skin. And then the last one I have in my Shop My Stash that I pulled in is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Powder Foundation. And this is in the shade 3-3 Hazelnut. So yeah. Those are the powders that I have in my Shop My Stash. Here is the last container of setting powders. Let me turn this around. Last container of setting powders. These are all of my backups of my favorites, ones that I love, some that are brand new that I haven't tried yet that I don't want to have too many open at the same time, because as you can see, I do have a lot of setting powders that are already open. So let's just go ahead, get into this. I have a backup of the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, the little baby guy. This is all I need for under my eye. I don't need the big one for that. I have here the Believe Beauty translucent mattifying powder. I wanted to give this a try. I've not opened it yet, but I will very soon. I just want to try to work on finishing up some more powders. And here is the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I finally found, they finally had them back in stock. I have the shade 425N. I have yet to try this. That is what this looks like. So I'm excited to try this. I also picked up another shade that I'm going to use as a bronzer. So I originally got this to use with the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, but I'm actually decluttering the Camo CC Cream. I cannot use it because it has niacinamide in it, and it really messed up my face. So, which I will talk about more about that in my empties video. But yeah, here's the Camo Powder Foundation. Have here a backup of my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This is what I was talking about that I use for underneath my eye. Actually, I have one of each here. Well, I have more right there. So this is a backup that I have in 025 Toffee for the face, the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. These are so inexpensive. And then this is 021 Nude. This is the one that I use to blot during the day. So I have this one. And then I also have these two. I mean, if I showed you the one that was in my purse, you would see why I have backups of this. I use this every single day. I mean, I'm actually almost done with the one that I have in my purse. So I must have this at all times. Here are three backups of the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup in Golden Dark. Again, I used to rock this like crazy, so I had made sure I had backups of it. I don't use it as much as I used to, but I have it for when I need it. This is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay powder. This I got from IPSY. Not quite the same as the one that I have that's already open, but since I have that one open, I want to finish that one first before I open up this one. That's the difference. This one is coconut. The one that I'm using right now is unscented. And then this isn't actually one that I would consider a setting powder. This is a foundation that I use as a bronzer, but this is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro in Cappuccino 27. I use this as a bronzer, and I bought it because they don't make this shade anymore, and I didn't want to be without it because it is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. As you can see, I like to get deeper shades of foundation and use them as bronzer, because I feel like most of the time they blend and wear a little bit better on my face than, you know, traditional bronzer. But don't get it twisted, I'm still a bronzer whore, okay? So I have here, let me move these aside. I have two backups of the Maybelline Shine Control in medium. I get these off of Amazon. This powder is so cheap and you get so much product. These are like $3 a piece on Amazon. Like, can't go wrong. Here are two Maybelline Fit Me Powders. This is one is in 320 Natural Tan, and then I went ahead and got the translucent one. So I used to use these again like crazy on the face, but now I kind of just use this as like an eyeshadow, and I use it to set primer. I use it for all kinds of stuff, so I just wanted to make sure that I always had it on hand. Here are two backups of the Sephora translucent powder. I told you guys I love this stuff. Bought it when it was on sale. This is a backup of the Teak 22 Bare Minerals foundation. Two more of the Maybelline Fit Me powders. These are in 330 Toffee. So these are just a little bit deeper than the 320 Tan. This is a pressed powder from Ciate London, the Watermelon Burst Setting Powder. This is the pressed one though. Beautiful packaging. Have not tried it yet. Again, like I said, I just want to get through a few more products before I open up all of this other stuff. And then this is the Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder. It's in the shade Honeymoon. And I bought it, comes with a little sponge, and I bought it because I wanted to try it, but I'm probably going to wait till the summertime like to actually open this and try it just because of how deep the shade is, but I did want to try that. Packaging, as you can see, is huge. So you get tons of product in here. And then last but not least are my Maybelline Fit Me powders. I told you guys I love this stuff. I stocked up on this when I was couponing. So I have a brand new one of the 30 shade, and I have 3 of the 35 deep shade because I love this so much. And that, my friends, is a wrap for my setting powder collection. Okay, y'all, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my setting powders for 2022, everything that I have in my collection. Like everything else in my collection, it has grown quite a bit since I first started my channel in 2019. So before I go, I'm just going to share with you a little bit of the look that I have on today. I just felt like doing my makeup today, and I did my makeup and I didn't want it to go to waste. So I once again pulled from the Dose of Colors in Desi and Katie Friendcation palette, which looks like this. So with the exception of a liquid shadow on my inner corner, I only use this palette. And I'm telling you, as soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm taking this makeup off because I don't know if you can see, but my eye on the outer V is so jacked up. I've tried to fix it multiple times with black eyeshadow, but my eyes will just not stop watering. So that's not the shadow's fault. My eyes are just, they're playing games with me today. Okay, so for today, I was feeling a look using some more of the shimmers in the palette, especially the green. So I started with this shade right here in my crease. Then I went to this lighter shade for the brow bone. Did I use the dark brown shade? I did not use the dark brown shade today. Actually, I also used this shade right here in my brow bone too. And then I went in with 3 of the shimmers. This deeper one, almost black on the outer V. The green is what is on the inner portion. And then this beautiful champagne sparkly shade is what is on the inner. And then inner corner highlight is the Mora Diamond Days liquid shadow. Y'all know I've been obsessed with these things. And this is in the shade Stardom. And that is what I have for inner corner highlight. So I'll come in really quickly so you can see, hopefully you can see the eye look. It's not perfect. It's all kinds of jacked up, like I said, because my eyes was watering super bad. My lashes are the Eyelure Jasmine Brown style lashes, and the earrings, I got these from Amazon off of a suggestion of my girl Jackie Naturals. Okay, so yes, that is a wrap for this video. If you are new here and you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure that you smash that like button for me. Let the community know that you guys enjoy the content that I'm bringing to you. Also, make sure that you have your notifications turned on so that you do not miss any content from Gigi. And make sure you follow me on my other social medias. I'm Gigi Loves Beauty too. We'll put my handle right there on the screen. I am the most active on Instagram, so if you want to keep up with me in between these weekly videos, make sure that you follow me over there. And then also, I forgot once again to share with you what's on my lips. So the lip combo that I have is my Morphe lip liner in Bar. And then also I have on my NYX Butter Gloss right here, and this is in the shade Fudge Me. Okay, so to all of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for continuing to support this girl right here. And to all of my newbies who come on board, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every watch, every like, and every comment because it motivates me to create more content. Love you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.